An important aspect when we started.
Yes.
The soul, the body, spirit, soul, and all that.
Okay, the three in one, God three in one, yes.
Now, there's somewhere you are being taught, I'm not going to say where, you are being taught that cow milk,
yes,
specifically, it does not only help for the physical body, but it plays a role also in unlocking spiritual vessels and spiritual. I don't want to see the authenticity of that point of view.
Yes. Well, it's the first time I hear it about that class. But I will tell you from my understanding and analysis of how milk what it does. And this is, and I think we'll edit this out and we'll add it onto the video that we'll record on hormonal imbalance. Do you know, I'm currently reading a powerful book called Your Brain on Birth Control. Birth control, they literally take synthetic hormones and change your hormonal structure so that you don't fall pregnant. Now, they didn't so you don't fall pregnant, but what they did not bank on was the fact that when you change a woman's hormone, it won't just change the hormones in their belly, their ovaries and their inability to fall pregnant, but it changes the hormones all over. And even in your brain, you've got hormones that regulate how you think, that regulate how you make decisions, that regulate your energy levels, whether you are happy or depressed. And so it's been found scientifically now that the reason why there's such a high increase of depression, of mental illnesses, depression, anxiety, and it's because of a hormonal imbalance. That could be caused by the hormones we're getting from the milk we drink, the meat we eat, and also the hormones from the birth control, whatever. So let's talk about the hormones from the milk. So when your mind is altered, that book actually talks about how you can actually you can marry the wrong person based on the influence of your hormones being out of balance. Statistics have come out scientifically where many marriages ended up in divorce because of the woman being on birth control. Yes, because it alters their mood swings. They are moody, they are irritable, and so in the home, there's always discord. And because there's always discord, it ultimately leads to them separating. I have a young girl who, when we sent them the wild gem cream, they started using it, and she was experiencing severe depression, was struggling with insomnia, and also just did not have a good relationship with her husband. Well, we were counseling with her, we were doing a counseling session with her, so we do online consultations and counseling sessions. She's in Mpumalanga, and she says, when she started using the wild gem cream, so we gave her a book that talks about how to enhance her marriage, how to understand her role and operate in her role and not to stay in her lane, not to get into her husband's lane. But then over and above that, as we're talking, we recognize that her hormones were out of balance. So she got the wild gem cream and she started using it. She says that the moment she started using it, her depression was alleviated. She was able to sleep better at night. And so before, she says her husband never used to stay at home. He would come in, sleep, wake up and go. And she says she didn't understand until after her hormones were back in balance and she was reading this book, and she says she started being more pleasant to be around. So the husband started being home more often. And she says that the other thing she noticed that when her depression alleviated and she slept better, the wrong things that used to irritate her about her husband, she started overlooking when she would only focus on the ones that were important, and it wouldn't be a fight, it would be, but love, this is important. This affects, so you need to get this done. But before, she says she used to write home about everything. Yeah, home late, the children, and you know what the Bible says in the book of Proverbs? It is better to stay on the roof of the house than to be in a house with a Jebel woman.
You say what? That's the cream?
It's the wild gem cream. Yes, it's the wild gem cream.
How do you
Yes.
spell it?
We actually have it here.
I have it, but
Yes.
what is that when I read there, it's only women problem.
No. Wait, I was saying we need to change the label because it actually balances hormones even for men. We need to change the color. We just need to make a new label because it balances the hormones of both male and female. And so, let me tell you this. If you are always depressed, you're always irritable, you're always having these crying spells, life is just miserable, isn't that going to affect your relationship with God? Isn't that going to affect you at a spiritual level? So true, I agree with that sentiment. Not the way I perhaps they put it, but the way I understand how the body, if the body is out of balance, you will also be out of balance in your relationship with God, and you'll most likely make unsound decisions, even in regards to worship. And so these things are linked. It's very important.